People are going to be talking about the upset, but Washington played pretty good defense. Talk about what you've seen from them and how you keep your guys from being complacent.
Yeah, if you look at the history of Washington under Jimmy Lake since he's been there, obviously before his time, even as a head coach, as a defensive coordinator, I've known Coach Lake for a long time. Tremendous amount of respect for him. He's had some really talented defenses, and they've got a track record of sending a lot of guys to the NFL and having very productive defenses. So our message to our team was not about the score of the game, but about the opponent that we're facing. It's a very talented team, talented defense. They played extremely well on the defensive side of the ball last week, and when you look at that game, it wasn't like it was a blowout. It was a 13-7 game, so we got a tremendous challenge, defensively and offensively for us. And so it's about focusing on us, though. It's about, eliminating the mistakes that we made last week, kind of building on where we started and preparing for a tough opponent.
Obviously, a lot of explosive plays out of your guys this past week. Your thoughts on the ability to do that, and then making up for the loss of Ronnie?
Well, the loss of Ronnie is huge. Ronnie Bell, the impact that he has on our team, impact that he has on just everyone in that room, in the receiver room. That hurt. That hurt throughout the game, and it was a pivotal moment for our team. To be able to rally around him. So I don't know if Ronnie Bell will be replaced by one guy, as it may be by committee of everyone. Ronnie was off to having, it was his best camp, best off season he's ever had since he's been here, and obviously that showed up on the field. He was off to a great start, but he's going to be very important to us moving forward, that he remains his leadership. And that's the thing he came to us about is, hey, Coach, I just don't want to be hurt and be missing. I want to be active, I want to be involved. So he's done a great job out there, coaching the guys on the field. He's riding around the field with a golf cart, and he's being active any way that he can be. And so we're going to need him to continue to be the leader and the captain that he's been. And but as far as the explosive plays, I think some guys did a really good job, just making plays. I think, when you look at, Son Haskins, Blake Corum, those guys are special players, and then, seeing the ability of A.J. Henning and, we're going to need Roman Wilson to step up, CJ. And so, I just think our guys overall, just the mindset that they have to, really create those plays. And it really goes back to them. It's not about anything else. It's about them and the talent they have and taking over games.
When it comes to playing time for receivers, how much of a factor is blocking ability?
That's a very important piece. That's something we strive at each and every day. We work a ton of time on blocking on the perimeter, whether that's on perimeter screens, bubbles, run game. And so it's just embracing the mindset of it. There's a lot of things we can do technique-wise with blocking, but the key part of that for the receivers is the heart, the mind, the will to. And when you got guys that, like Mikey Samerstill, who goes out there and sets the bar high, and Ronnie Bell sets the bar high, if you're a young guy in the program, you learn quickly that you better learn how to block or you're not going to be out there on the field.
And how have you seen Roman grow in that area?
Yeah, Roman's grown. We've challenged him. If you go back to last year, even our second play of the game, where we scored a long touchdown, Roman made a very important block on that one play at Minnesota, and that was just something to build off of. But he's a guy that he's got really good testing numbers in the weight room. But now we encourage him, hey man, that's got to show up each and every play out on the field, and so he's embraced that role, just like Ronnie and AJ. We need more and more guys to continue to embrace that role in the physicality in the receiver room and the blocking game.
As teams sort of try and learn what the receivers are like behind Ronnie, if teams load the box a little bit, how do you think that would influence the running game?
I think, just for us, we got to do what we do extremely well. And obviously losing Ronnie, we're going to have some guys step up. But, going into last game, we finally got, Dalen Baldwin healthy. He's been a guy that was kind of banged up the last 2 weeks. He had a really good camp. So we're glad to have him going full speed. In fact, going into the game, I didn't know if he was going to end up playing. Had not, been for Ronnie Bell's situation, we probably wouldn't have played Dalen. Just to make sure that he was 100% healthy. And so, but you saw his ability, obviously, in the play that he did make. And so, I feel good about the depth that we have and the talent that we have. CJ, Mikey, Ronnie, or CJ, Mikey, Roman, AJ Henning, and Dalen. Those guys provide, some really key core playmakers for us. And, they're all talented, they're all athletic, and they make big plays for us.